Yo, good morning everybody, how you doing? This is your coach Renz, and this video today is inspired by the music group Buffalo Springfield. I know a lot of you guys saying, well, who is Buffalo Springfield? Well, this was a Vietnam era group, and they were protesting the Vietnam War. And one of their most popular songs during that time frame was the song Stop Children, What's That Sound? You know, you guys have heard it. Stop Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. You've heard that before. I know I can't sing, but it doesn't matter. I can sing to me. Now here's the thing. So I've been listening to this song all day today, right? I don't know why. I don't know why it even popped into my head. I don't know why initially it came into my head. But then the more I thought about it, the more I listened to the song, the more I focused in on the hook, I recognized why it became a part of my ethos for today, why it's in my brain for today, and why this message is coming to you today. You see, many of you are getting ready for 2018. It's a new year. Yes, things are going to be different. We're going to make some differences. And you said the same thing last year. Yes. But here's the thing for me. See, for me, my new year doesn't start January 1st. And if you saw my other video, it doesn't even start in March when the ancient New Year calendar started. No, my new year starts October 15th. Every year, because that's my birthday. That's the day I was born. So it's my renewal day, right? The renewal of my birth. So I took last year, and I took that last year as a time for planning. I took that as a time for rest. I took that as a time for really engaging my mind, my spirit, my soul, really just going deep within myself and recognizing who I am and who I'm determining that I want to be. Right? I did a video where I talked about the difference between the I and the me, right? And your I being your being, and the me is the part of you that is always becoming. And so I took last year for my birthday to do that. I took that time to reinvigorate my mind, my body, my spirit into the Hermetics, into Tantra, into the Tao, into ancient philosophies and study, into everything that has made me who I am. I took that time to go back and go in deep into my chakras and to get back into my meditations. And I took the latter half of my year to change my diet, and that's why I've lost 26 pounds in the 2 months leading into my birthday. So in my born day. So I looked at that time frame. I took that time, and then this past October, this the one that ended my year and began my new year. I opened up a lot of things. I used that study. I used that meditation. I used that time frame to realize that I was going to pop open my chakras. And I expressed to you guys when my heart chakra popped open on October 15th on my birthday, and then how things have been developing since then. So if you've been on my Facebook, you've seen that. So what I realized is that song was prominent in my mind today because of that hook. Because I took that time to stop, listen, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. So I had to look what's going down in my life, what's going down around me. I had to listen to the frequencies that I was hearing, the frequencies that was coming inside me when I was meditating, listen to the frequencies of the universe, the vibrations of things around me. I had to take that time to just stop, because the very first words of the song, go, there's something happening here. That's all I needed to hear. There's something happening here. You see, there's something happening in your life. There's something always happening in your life. You see, life never stops changing. Life never stops moving. Things are either progressing or they're dying. On the pendulum swing, they're either swinging to the right of life or to the left of death. They're doing one or the other. It's never stagnant. So you have to take a minute to look around, because there is something happening here. There's something happening in your life at all times. But one of the things I realized, especially over this last summer, I realized that I wasn't doing what I desired. I was doing what I can do. And I need you to understand there's a difference. Many people are going around doing what they can do. You see, I can do a lot of things. I can do a lot of businesses. I can do a lot of different kinds of work. I can do a lot of things to live a life. But the problem is, the things that I can do not create the environment to which creates the things that I desire in my life. So I had to stop. Listen, what's that sound? I I had to look and see what's going down. You know, the first time it said stop children. What's that sound? So what's the child in me? I had to go back to the child in me. The child in me knew exactly what it desired in life. The child in me lived in the environment to which the child wanted to have in his life. Children are amazing like that, in that two kids can be in the midst of chaos, in the midst of poverty, but somehow they find a way to play. They find a way to create the environment that gives them happiness and joy. Somehow children are able to do that because even though they see that there is something happening all around them, even though they see that, they know what they desire, and they desire to play. They desire to have enjoyment and fun. Their desire is to enjoy every moment of life, every aspect of life. And we lose that as we become older. And then we get into working and we get into what we can do. I said on a video yesterday of how a young man who comes into my store often, 5 days a week, he comes into my store. His mother is pushing him to be an IT guy, but what he really wants to be is a culinary chef. You gotta stop, listen, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. You see, you gotta stop sometimes. You gotta take a time out. You gotta take a break. You gotta say, am I doing something based on someone else's will? Or am I doing something based on my will? Am I doing something based on the environment that I grew up in? Am I doing something based on the conditioning that I've had? Am I doing something based on the nation that I grew up in? Am I doing something based on my religion? Am I doing something based on my politics? Am I doing something because somebody else grew me into this person? Or am I doing it? Is my because of my own will? Do I will myself to will into my life what it is I desire? And that's the key, is my desires. I had to stop and I listened. I listened to the universe. I listened to the vibrations of everything going on around me. And I said that, okay, I hear you. I hear you. It's time to make changes. And are these changes easy? No. Are they swift? No. Sometimes, they take time. And sometimes it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. There are some changes I've been making. It hurts. There are some changes that I'm in the process of making. It's hurting. There are some changes that I will be making. They will hurt. But the thing about it is that I know at the end of it all, when I come out the other side, I know that as I come out the other side, that the joy, the elation, that I'll be in an environment that will set myself up, that would allow me to have that kind of childlike joy and happiness that eludes most of us, most of our lives. But I refuse to. So I had to stop. Listen, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Too many people caught up into what's going on in our government. Too many people caught up what's going on in other people's government, what's going on in other people's lives. We don't take the time to look in our own lives. What's going on in your life? What's going on in your mind? There's something happening. There's something happening right here, right now in your life. There are opportunities right now, right here in your life to do what you desire to do, not what you can do, not what you want to do. Because like I've said many times before, if you find yourself in wanting, then you will never catch up to what you're wanting. You will always be in lack. And that is what you're telling the universe, God, the creator, whatever you want to call it, that if you are always in wanting, you're always begging and pleading, you're always waiting, you're always saying that something's going to happen, that is on its way. Guess what? If something is always on its way, it never gets to you. You never catch up to something that's on its way. No, you have to have a desire for it. You have to have a desire for it that creates the environment for the manifestation. The environment creates your manifestation, your mental aspects, your mental thoughts, your mental resolutions creates the environment. And it manifests the thing. It manifests the happiness. It manifests the joy. It manifests the love. It manifests everything that you want when you find yourself in the environment for it to be able to manifest. You can't manifest wealth if you're always in an environment of brokenness. You can't manifest love if you're always in an environment of loneliness or hatred or anger. You can't manifest good health if you're always in an environment that perpetuates bad health. If your home is filled with junk food, if your home is filled with brown food, how can you manifest good health? If you don't put yourself in the environment of the workout environment, of the gym or outside or the boot camp or whatever, you can't manifest health. If you're not working with a coach, if you're not involved in a program, if you're not working on your financial management, if you're not in an environment that promotes your financial growth, then wealth cannot be yours. If you don't put yourself in an environment where you can meet people of like mind, you don't put yourself in an environment where you're open to receive the true nature of a person, if you're not in an environment where you're open to give of your true nature to another person, then love will never manifest for you. See, you gotta listen to the frequency of where you are. What's going on? What's happening here? What's happening in your life? What's happening around you? That, my friends, by looking at the environment around you, is going to manifest what it is you have in your life. I know you're gonna say that, well, I'm just gonna speak it into existence. But if you are speaking things into existence, but yet you maintain absence of the environment, it will not manifest itself. How many years have you spoke the same things into existence? How many years have you been saying it's coming? How many years have you said, this is my year? How many years will you allow to continue to flow over and over in your life, saying that it's coming, saying that it's on the way, saying that this is my year? How many years will go by before you just decide that you are going to only go after what you desire and only do what perpetuates what you desire and only put yourself in the environment for what you desire to manifest? You gotta stop, listen, what's that sound? You gotta hear what's going on. You gotta hear the universe. You gotta hear the crackling of energy around you. You gotta feel other people's energy. Are they good for you? Are they not good for you? You got to protect yourself and protect all those around you. Disallow anyone to come into your life that can hold you back. Disallow anyone who can come into your life and keep you from being in the right environment for you to have that in your life that will perpetuate the environment to bring and manifest what it is your mental thought processes have decided is your desires to be in your life. It doesn't work any other way. It doesn't work any other way. You know, my podcast on Tuesday, I said that you got to protect your relationships. That your mental, that my mentality and my lady's mentality, both our mentalities have to be in a protective state. They have to be in that state of saying that, you know what? These people are not good for our relationship, so they must be excused. These people don't respect our relationship, so they must be excused. But yet these people, they do respect our relationship, so they can come in, they can be grafted in. These people, they do honor our relationship and have good thoughts and good tidings, so they can be brought in. You know, I posted some pictures of her and I, and trust me, I went through and I've been watching to see who likes it, who loves it, and who does not. And see, even though we can see all the likes and we can see all the loves, it is the absence of some people's likes and loves that makes me realize that they're not for me. They're not for her. Those are the people who have a hidden agenda. Those are the people who don't want to see you in a loving environment. Those are the people who don't want to see you in a growth environment. I do the same thing with my business. I see who likes it. I see who loves it. I see who shares it. It tells me right off the bat, those who are for me, those who are not, and most who are just blasé about it. But I do get to see who's for me. I see who's for me. I see those who perpetuate my environment for my desires to be manifested. I see that. And I pay attention to all these little posts. You see, most of you think that these things have no other bearing, but there's energy in everything. There's energy in your thoughts. There's energy in every action. Every action, there is a reaction. For every cause, there is an effect. So when I see what people do on social media, I see their thoughts. I see their actions. Those things tell me a little bit more about the person. And I know you can say it's superficial, that there are people who just scroll and like everything. Well, if that's the kind of person that I see, then they're just a superficial person, and I wouldn't take their energy, you know, as something that I need or something that I would want to have in my life. So I just ignore them. But I'm attentive to the one. It's once you get rid of the riffraff, I'm attentive, and you have to be attentive. Notice who supports you and who doesn't. Notice who has your back and who doesn't. Notice those who say that they have your back, but they ignore you. Pay attention. Pay attention, because see, something's happening at all times. At all times, something is happening. For every cause, there's an effect. So something is happening at all times. There's a causality effect going on at all times. And you have to determine, are you going to be the effect, or are you going to be your own causal factor? Are you going to continue to do what you can do what you have the ability to do, or are you going to do what you desire to do? You see, like I said, there are many things that I'm doing in my life right now. They're of my desire. They're not of my wanting. They're not of my of what I can do or what I'm able to do, but they are of my desire. And for the most part, there's nothing else you will see from me other than things that I desire. Because at the end of the day, the environment that I create around me, the environment that I create in my mind, the environment of my meditations, the environment of my living, my breathing, my actions, they will continue to manifest my desires. And they've been manifesting my desires. The relationship that I'm in now is a manifestation of my desires, of the type of relationship that I desire, the type of person that I desire. Physically, mentally, spiritually, it's all manifested because that was my mental state this past summer, to manifest what I desired as far as a relationship is concerned. And there are other manifestations that are happening, some faster, some slower. I'm telling you, if you want to have that great year, if you want 2018 to be your year, then first you got to recognize that there's something going on here, that there's activity going on here. And then you got to stop, listen. What's that sound? Listen to the vibration, listen to the frequency, listen to your own frequency and the universe frequency. Listen to all the frequency of everybody going on, everything going on around you. Look at how much pushing, how much pull you have. Look at how those who are pushing and pulling against you. Recognize what your desires are. Write them down. Keep them with you at all times. Read them every day. Write them down again and again and again and again. Don't just write them once, but write them over and over and over again until they become part of your mental thought process, your mental creations. Continue to do that. And then only allow yourself to be in environments that will promote what you desire. Be in the environment that promotes the love, that promotes the finances, that promotes the health, that promotes whatever it is you desire. Be in it. Be present in it. Not in the future, not in the past, but be present in it. So y'all have a great day, because there's something happening here and you gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. It doesn't matter that I can't sing. I don't care. But anyway, you guys love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Please support me on my Patreon. I appreciate you guys. And remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.